Hello, and welcome to Greet the Week. Thank you for being here. Um, what do you value? Do you ever give much thoughts to it and think of things and maybe give a meaning to, why behind what you do value? Well, today we're going to be looking at the purpose of values. And it's from my point of view. So it would be great for you to share some afterward whenever we begin to talk with each other. So, the purpose of values. Values can be defined as things that we hold in great esteem or that we give a prominent place to them. Um, Maybe it would be, anyway, a prominent place. Values are what we cherish, what we see as being highly regarded. And it's something that we may even fight for or possibly die for in order to defend something that we value. But values can become illusions rather than reality. And so, as with everything, things are always changing. They're always changing. There's always just so many different realms and layers to what is going on in any particular thing. So, it is looking again and again. So, it just seems to be self evident that within our human heart, there is a need for values. Uh, the axioms of reality therapy and choice theory has to do with the fact that we have these basic needs that they're legitimate needs. They're not just something you can postpone them, perhaps, but they cannot be discarded. I like to encourage people to challenge their own actions and their own thoughts, to look back and see, is this something that I value? Is this something that I want to continue to be a part of? And our values or our beliefs, if they crumble, then we are in a position to search for reality, to see what maybe really is meaningful. And if your challenged actions and your thoughts hold true, then perhaps you are becoming stronger and more settled as an individual. But ethics cannot be legislated. We are all self-determining. We have a free will. And however, we can violate some universal laws of human conduct that does bring chaos. And one of the individuals in the prison system that I worked with made the comment that I knew it was wrong, but they were the only ones who showed me love. And so sometimes we can get values mixed up and know that what we're doing is not appropriate. So I have a little diagram here just to look at how that concepts or ideas or things that we become aware of, they are introduced to us through a myriad of different means. It can be through our family, it can be through the people next door, it can be through media, it can be through television, it can be through all kinds of things that we get these ideas or these concepts, and they just come through a lot of different ways. But then once these concepts become a part of our life, or they can become a part of our life and a part of our thinking and a part of our valuing only as we agree with them or possibly disagree with them. These agreements can then morph into what we believe. And then that belief becomes who we are. Yes, this is what I am for. This is what I am not for. Becomes a belief and kind of as to who we are. But these beliefs then begin to morph into values. If I believe it, then I value it. If I didn't value it, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't act upon it, or I wouldn't act against it. But values display themselves through actions. And so sometimes we can do with our actions things that we never would do if we were actually cognizant of what we are thinking or doing. And the physiology alerts us to a plus or a minus. Our physiology is going to give us signals. It's going to give us a notice. It's going to say, hey, you're using too much energy, or you're not using enough energy. So our physiologist or lets us know. And then we need continuous self-evaluation, because life is ongoing and it continues to change, and there's always a multitude of changes, even though we may not be aware of it. So just a couple of little added thoughts here is that you believe what you believe until you believe something different. And what causes us to believe those different things? Well, there's just, again, a myriad of means that would take us back to that. And that values, whether they're caught or whether they're taught, those values influence who we are. But more importantly, the values that we have chosen becomes who we are, rather than just being real. So here's just a few definitions. What I'd like to maybe if you would take a piece of paper and a pencil, and you're going to check if it's for you, if it's someone that you admire. I'm going to look here at just some vague definitions of what value is. And then for you, if it applies to you, to put the check there, or does it apply to someone else that you admire, and whether you really admire it in them because you see it in you, and you see it in you because you would admire it in them. So the value defines who we are. Value influences our decisions. Value convicts us of wrongdoing. Value determines our attitude. Values create atmosphere. Values set priorities. Values govern our spending of time and money. Values determine success. Values set boundaries. Well, there are a lot of other things that we could add on to that, but I have here just some random list of values. And I'm going to read these across and down, across and down, across and down. I'm going to read them slowly. And I would encourage you, if it is something that resonates with you, yes, that's something that I value, I'd like you to write it down. And then we'll look at it in a minute. Adventure, authentic, character, children, conscious, contentment, control, ethics, fairness, friendship, fun, generosity, goodness, happiness, harmony, honesty, integrity, joy, leisure, loyalty, mate, maturity, medal, money, morality, peace, possession, power, prestige, purpose, roots, security, simplicity, travel, understanding, work. So how many things did you write down? That was something that resonated with you as being something of value. So in those that you did write down, I would like you to take them individually and rank them on a 1 to 10 scale, with 1 being the lowest value and 10 being the highest value. And rank each item on an independent scale, looking at it for its own merit as to what it means to you. We can value each item independently rather than valuing this one more than that one. Value them independently. If some have the same values, that's okay. But do not rank them in order of importance, as all of the ones that you isolated or checked or wrote down are all important to you. So, what I say, what I think, what I value, does that equal what I do? Does that equal reality? When values ascribed does not match our lifestyle, there is conflict. With the ones that sometimes we probably would put a 10 on health. We probably put, yeah, well, I rank that as a 10. I want to be healthy. I want to, yes, 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 take care of myself. We rank that as a 10. But then whenever we get honest with ourselves, how well do we take care of our sleep habits, of our eating habits, of a lot of habits that we engage in that may not be that contributing to health? And when our what values we ascribe does not match the way we live and act, there is conflict. And conflict contributes to burnout, to loss of creativity, to unhappiness, to stress, to all kinds of issues. A stress producer is just living a lifestyle that is inconsistent with our core values. And choices made and values adopted have brought us to where we are. But choices yet to be made and values to be adopted will take us where we will be tomorrow. Because we're always in a change of flux. We're always, there's just always that change there going on. And so, in just looking at these values and things to value, I have this quote from Dr. Howard Hendricks that I wanted to share with you. You need to spend the bulk of your time determining your objectives. What do you want? Not now, but at the end of your life. And secondly, what are your priorities? That is, how badly do you want, what you think you want? It's back to cost. What price? Spiritual and ethical, character development, meditation, reflection, evaluation. What price are you willing to pay? Think you can do it? Well, I think you can. Many blessings, and thanks for being here.